The Wood Shop is sponsored by Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed Friday's video on the spoon turning. I've been having a lot of fun with these. It really is. There's a lot of hand sanding on it though, so keep that in mind. But I'll show you some scoops here in a second. I've been having a lot of fun playing around with them. But I had a question about the soaking them. I just use straight mineral oil, food grade mineral oil. So I sand up to 320. Soak it in the mineral oil, pull it out, sand 400, put it back in, and then pull it out and sand up to 600. And that way the grain stands up a little bit and it makes it nice and clean. For something like this, you really don't want any torn grain or little chips or anything out of it. You want it nice and clean. So Kevin mentioned that I think he sprays his down with water to get the grain to stand back up, but same thing. You need to do it a few times to get it nice and smooth. But I've been having a lot of fun with those. And Chris had a great idea too. Instead of turning the scoop off one end here, just use the longer piece of wood and turn the scoop in the center. Then that way the lathe will be a little more stable and won't bounce around. I was thinking too, if you put two waste blocks on it, it'll be a little bit off center, but it won't be too bad, and you can get two spoons out of one piece. So I'm gonna try that too. But I did these this weekend. Those are bird's eye maple, and I believe this one's about a little over 3 inches, and this one's 2 3/4. I think. So one of them's a little bit taller, but yeah, I've been having a lot of fun in those. I did the same, turned them the same way, just the scoop on the end, and they're a pretty small piece of wood. So I could actually turn the lathe speed up quite a bit. So I got a cleaner cut on that. And then I made this little guy here. This is fiddleback maple. It looks like a pipe, but it has a scoop on each end. And that one is 2 3/4, and that one's I believe 1 7/8 inches, but just beautiful piece of fiddleback maple and just a fun one. Been playing around with this. You can get really creative with the spoons, and it really doesn't take much wood. If you glue that hot glue that waste block on, you really don't waste hardly any wood at all. So just a little scrap like that, you can make a spoon or a scoop out of it. So I had a question about the vacuum chuck. So there's it's just a little 3-inch one. So if you when you're turning the head of the spoon there, if you kind of keep that in mind to where it fits on there, that works great for if you have to do some carving or something on the back side of it. Steve had asked me too about turning the back side of it off, depending on what kind you make. So this one I didn't. I just cut it off on the bandsaw, but. All right, like these little guys here, I turned a little bit of that off because the handle came in a little bit, so I was able to get some of the material off on it. I could have done it on that one too, but I wasn't. I was still learning. So you can turn a little bit of it off, but not too much of it because it's going to cut into the handle a little bit on those. And the sanding pads, I had a question about that. So I have I think that's 2.5 or 3 inch. I can't remember. I think 3 inch. But I started out with that one, just Velcro sandpaper. But I couldn't. I was trying to get it to curve around the scoop there. So I switched to the little one, and that way I could hold my hand behind it and kind of hold it, scoop it around. Because actually the cloth on the back of it's really smooth, so you can run your fingers along it, and it's not gonna burn you or anything. But it worked out great, and I was able to cup it around the back side of those. So that was one of the other things too. So I'm gonna start next Friday. Is gonna be the Back to Basics on the main channel. That was one of the things somebody wanted me to go into, the vacuum chucks a little more, the sanding pads, CBN wheels, and the bowl gouge. So we're gonna work on those. If you have any other suggestions or something you would like to see me demonstrate a little more in depth, let me know in the comments, and I will try and work it in. I have a couple of things. I have a couple of pictures and a video to share with you. Dan did this Natural Edge eucalyptus bowl. Nice job, Dan. Looks great. And Brendan did a pocket watch, like the one I did a couple of weeks ago. Very nice. Looks great. And video. Peter Matthews, he has a YouTube channel. I will put a link down below in the description to it, but he just did a beautiful natural edge oak vase. So go check that out, and I'll put that link down below. Yeah, so we're just gonna kick off the Back to Basics next Friday. That, I believe that's the last Friday of the month. So we're gonna start in on that. And yeah, like I said before, if you have any suggestions or anything you want me to show, I will work it into it. All right, till next time, take care.